has probably the most amount of CC on a support, and it's easily applicable just by autos and help from your team. And then he can negate a lot of damage of enemy team champions with his unbreakable wheel. His laning phase is pretty weak. Most of his matchups are losing, but it's not like losing really hard. You just have to play more passive and you have to focus more on countering enemy champions and what they are doing than making own plays. So the only moment I would go aggressive as Braum is if you have a lot of HP advantage. So if I see that the lane is going really well for us, and if not, you should just focus on not letting enemy AD or support pressure your ADC. So you just focus on blocking his damage by your shield or applying passive on enemy support if he tries to go in. His mid game starts to be pretty good. I guess mid game is when you're like level 7 or 9 as Braum, so if you're still laning while you're level 7 or 9, you have a lot of poke with your Q, you actually do a lot of damage. Also you can like roam a lot, and his skirmishes are really strong in the jungle, so in mid game this champion already shines. You can do like whatever you feel is the best in this game. You can try to team up with your jungle and invade and look for skirmishes, or you can just sit more with your AD and just peel for him, and if you fight, then he will apply your passive really quick. And then in late game, you have to see who can you block the best with your shield in the team fight. So let's say you play against Victor, you can block him easily. If you play against Vayne, it should be pretty hard because of her true damage. So if I would play against Victor and Vayne, I would just focus more on blocking Victor, for example, and that's how you have to position in the fights. He's good obviously against all the champs that have skill shots, like skill shots that you can block, because some skill shots you obviously can't block. He's good against champs like Victor, he's good against Sivir in team fights. In lane he can't do really much. In fights he's good into her, he's good into things like Corki or Ezreal, you can block his ultimate. So basically he's good if you can block enemy spells with your shield well, and then he's also good into every like melee carry slash assassin, things like Yasuo or Irelia or Fiora, just because you can lock them down really easily in team fights. So you just take exhaust against them, and then if they come, and anytime they come close to you, instantly exhaust them, and then your team will should apply your passive really quickly. He's really bad into AD carries like Vayne, Kalista or Tristana. I mean really bad, like he's just not good into them. He's still not bad, but he just can't do much. I think against Tristana is probably the worst, cause if you will block her autos when she E's you, then you will get full damage from the E, from the bomb, and we don't want that. And if you just block the bomb, then you will get a lot of damage by her autos. So it's like lose-lose situation kinda. And then against like champions like Vayne or Kalista, you can't really block that much damage easily. Obviously you start with 3 potions. You should have the cookies mastery, so 3 cookies I guess, relic shield and the trinket. Then you should look to build sidestone as soon as possible. So if you have let's say 500 gold, you shouldn't go for the relic shield upgrade most of the times. Maybe if you play against really heavy poke lane and you are already losing. So if it's not the case, then just go for Rabbi Crystal and then go for sidestone ASAP. Always if you can buy at least 1 potion, and then if you have at least 1 potion you can buy pink, buy potion and pink. I wouldn't go for like sidestone pink. I prefer most of the time just sidestone and cookie, unless you know the lane should be really easily without the potion. Then the boots depends on every game. I think you can look for Mobies if you are winning and you wanna roam. You can go for swiftness if enemy team has a lot of slows. Let's say Trundle Pillar and Ezreal with the Gauntlet. And then CDR boots are really well against him if you play against heavy poke champs like Varus, Mid or Chase. So you want to use your shield as many times as possible. And Mercury Threads is also really good if you play against heavy CC team. So the only way to kill Braum in fights is if enemy team can lock you down. So let's say they have Asha or Taric stance and Irelia or something like that, then if they chain CC you probably die. So then Mercury Threads is the good buy. If you wanna buy Locket, cause enemy team has magic damage, they most likely will in every game, so most likely you just go for Locket straight with Relic Shield and Strabi Sidestone and Boots. I like this champion because of his strong teamfight potential. The laning phase is kinda meh, but most of the times if you are smart and you know this champion well, you can play around it. So he has a lot of CCs, and then it's more like, for me it's more like a defensive reactive champion, so you can really block a lot of enemy team damage. If you are a smart player and you use Braum well, you can win most of your games. Just be careful during laning phase, and he is also safe. He has the W, so it's like the only support that you can always easily run away from teamfight with.